Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo, we talk about lightsabers, stunning your TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, or even politics? Go ahead and tune into us. We'll give you all of it. Whatever you're debating, Xbox or PlayStation, Marvel or DC, Mac or PC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAM, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Carlos, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. New episode, new Friday. I guess every Friday's a new Friday, right? When you think about it. Yeah.
In general, yeah.
In general, yeah. I mean, oh man, I've been this Friday before. This Friday's a repeat. If that happens to
Day.
you, it might be a good thing if it happens to you. So, but then again, you can do it to yourself, right? You can wake up on a Saturday and just act like it's Friday. People are like, something wrong with you? No, I swear it's Friday still. Just to do that. Just play Groundhog's Day. Just do it. See what happens. Like you confuse
No, you're
the
not
shit out
supposed
of
to
people.
say that. You're supposed to say this. No,
Yeah.
you're saying the wrong thing.
Yeah. Wait, you're not supposed to wear that? Yep. So, and then Valentine's Day just happened. So happy belated Valentine's Day. I had a friend of mine call me and wish me happy Valentine's Day, and I was like, okay, bro. Okay, cool.
Sweet.
He said that to me, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. All right.
You should have
cool,
said,
bro.
I love you too, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
I said something else, but
Go
said
fuck
something totally
yourself.
different. Yeah, something to the effect of, oh, that's gay, bro. So, but
Love
anyway, so
holiday.
Valentine's Day.
I tell my daughter happy Valentine's Day. Your children, you love your
Kids
children.
love Valentine's
I
Day.
know, God, they fucking love it. You tell your parents. I do. So I give my parents a card, because it's a holiday about love, not just
Yeah.
romantic love.
Now I don't have to love them for another 365 days.
There you go.
Wait till it comes
Carlos.
back around next year.
Clearly, Carlos has opinions with a capital O about Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay, well there we go.
That's it.
You didn't say opinion, so just one, and he gave it. That's it. It's dumb. You know what the crazy part is? People will go, Valentine's Day, stupid. You should love somebody every day. Well, not necessarily. That doesn't happen. That's why they created the one day, so you can have the excuse to go, here's your card and your flowers. Oh, thank God that's out of the way. Like, that's
Yeah.
really what it is.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if people were romantic and thoughtful 365 days a year, they wouldn't have, been capitalized on a holiday of that effect. Same with Mother's Day. If everyone was super appreciative and sweet to their mom every single day, Mother's Day would have never caught on.
True.
You
But
know?
it also, you got to have those days though that like glorifies a person, right? Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. Let's be honest. It's for women. It's not for men. Well, okay, let's take that back. I mean, there's gay men, I guess, but it's but it's primarily for women.
Hey,
So
You guys probably get some sex on Valentine's Day, so that's your end of the bargain.
I mean, it
TBD,
does.
the night isn't over, so
Yeah, no. There's always that caveat, right? There's always a caveat. I guess from a woman's perspective, is that expected?
I mean, it's not discouraged. How about that?
Okay, there you go. Okay. That's why I asked. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's why my gift is always a little too of chapstick. Here you go, honey. Here's your gift.
that's it. Mine's a face
That's
towel.
it.
Or
So-
oh,
Ooh, I thought it was
I didn't
maybe.
like.
I
I
thought it was
didn't
maybe.
like that joke.
No, maybe it was jewelry.
No.
Pearl necklace. No.
Yeah.
No. Oh no, you can wear it for a quick second, but you can wipe it off. So
That one's better. I don't know why the pearl necklace is better than the rag.
face
I don't know
towel?
why. Yeah, the face towel. That was what it was. Like in my head, I was like, oh, dish towel.
but it's
rag.
nice.
Nope,
That's
face
nice.
Towel.
It's like
That's
it's
the specific.
it's embroidered and it says "I
Nope.
love you."
I'll put it on your face then. How about that?
Oh, whoa. Well, wait,
After.
wait, yeah, I was gonna say, what's getting on my face? Wait a second. This is now getting out of hand.
yeah. See,
But
there you
see,
go.
moisturizer.
Now you got a
Obligated.
different.
It's just
Now you're
moisturizer.
singing a different tune.
Sick. Anyway, all right. Well, there you go. That's our Valentine's Day take. Basically, Carlos thinks it's dumb. Laura is like, you're gonna get some. And my take is, you got to have one of these days because most of the time it's this, the affection. Let's be honest, guys that are over affectionate all the time, I'm pretty sure that gets a little tiring. That gets a little like, good Lord, okay, calm your ass down a little bit. You
Does
already
that
got
mean you
laid.
took a day
Relax.
off on Valentine's Day? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's like the opposite. Take a fucking day off. Yeah, fuck it. Like, anyway, whatever. All right, let's get into what's coming out in theaters this weekend. Hope you guys are excited for Madam
Madam
Web,
Web.
the Sony movie based on the Spider-Man universe that's sitting at 16% on Rotten Tomato. Madam
Wow,
Web.
that's bad.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Sony just can't hit with these Spider-Verse movies.
These offshoot, yeah, not at all.
What was it?
And
There was Mobius. What else? What was the other one?
Venom,
I
Venom
didn't see
one
that.
and two.
What's the Carnage? Yeah,
There's Craven the
And
Hunter coming out soon, like a couple
coming out.
months,
Yeah.
and Madam Web. Those are all the spin-offs, and
Get some fucking better writers, guys.
that's what it is.
Yeah,
And
because this guy who wrote Madam Web wrote Morbius.
Oh,
Morbius?
really?
Morbius. Yeah.
Morbius? It's
Morbius.
gotta
yeah,
be
Morbius,
Not
yeah.
Mobius.
Yeah.
Morbius.
Yeah.
But still, he wrote it. Wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
And in the preview, the girls are wearing their cool Spider-Man suits, whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
if you read every review, they're in it for 3 whole minutes in those suits. At the
Oh,
end of the
really?
movie. That's it. 3 whole minutes. And the bad guy, the Spider-Man bad guy, he's only in that suit for like 10 minutes at most, they said. I'm like, okay, you're selling points to the consumers, not no bueno.
Yeah, your selling
So
point
there
is
you go.
Spider-Verse. Let's put some spider people in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Other movie coming out, One Love, the Bob Marley movie, sitting at 42% on Rotten Tomato.
I want to see that.
I did want to see that. Yeah, I thought that looked interesting. I saw the previews and I thought, watch that.
So this movie leads up to the point where he gets shot in his house, where they raid his house, and he still goes and does the tour or the concert at night. So
That's
what
it.
this
That's
movie kinda...
that's like early in his life.
Yeah, it's probably like halfway through his music career. Yeah.
And that's what it leads up to, and that's it.
That's the main like the main portion of like the climax of the movie. Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't even get. I don't remember if he got shot. He didn't get shot
What?
when they got into his house. I don't think he got shot.
Yeah, he got shot, and then he ended up going to the concert to prove a point. That was his whole point. And I'm telling you, Bob got shot. Bob's like Tupac.
Well, I didn't shoot the sheriff.
No,
Wait, no, I did shoot the sheriff.
but you
He
didn't kill the
shoot
deputy.
the deputy.
There you go.
That's right. That's right. Good job.
Deputy was his
Yeah, I
cousin.
really
That's
fucked
why
that
he's
up.
not going to shoot his. Not going to shoot the deputy.
Well, we can watch it when it comes out on streaming, and we'll
I'll
give
never hear
a
the
give
end
a
of it from his
review. I
mama.
want to watch that one.
Yeah. No, I mean, great music too, right? So,
Yeah, who doesn't love Bob Marley?
yeah. What's your favorite Bob Marley song though?
One
Little Birds.
Love.
Oh, One Love is so good. It's what'd you say?
Three Little Birds.
That's a good song too. Yeah. But One Love is quite the jam. There's another one, I can't remember, really popular one. I went to go see Damian Marley and he performed it and it was so good when he performed it. But for some reason
There is one that you can never get unless it's the live performance. Which one is that one? It's
good question. Good.
It
What do you
is-
got there? What are you pulling up?
Is this love? Maybe it's Is This Love.
Oh, it is this. Gonna be loved. Yeah, it's that one. It's it's the song you're thinking of. It is. It's the one his cousin whatever performed. Damien performed.
Is This Love?
Is This Love? Which is my favorite song of his.
Yeah, you can only get the live version. You can never get like a studio recording.
I don't think there ever was. I think there's only a live version of
Oh.
that song. Yeah. But no, that's a great song. It's a great song. So Bob Marley, check it out. Bob Marley. Also, check out if you really want to. It's called I got bad handwriting. It's called Land of Bad, featuring Russell Crowe, Liam, and Luke Hemsworth. So it comes out this week too. It's like
Liam
action.
and Luke. Luke is the oldest brother.
Yeah. So they're both in it, and Russell Crowe's in it too. Yeah. So there's that. If you have Netflix, check out House of Ninjas. Comes out today.
Yes, I want to see that.
What
House
is
of
that?
Ninjas.
Anime?
No, it's a live
Nope,
action.
live action.
It's
Live
like a
action what?
reality show of ninjas living in a
Oh,
house. No, it's not.
fuck
No.
that. Oh, you got me. What is it about?
Uh, I don't know. It looks like a cool
Well, the House of
action martial arts
Ninjas,
movie.
one has to
Yeah.
do the dishes, one has to do
And then one gets
laundry.
eliminated. Yep.
Yeah,
So
like Big Brother.
You're
it's like
really
Big
selling
Brother.
it.
Oh, it's a week. You don't do dishes. Oh no, I do not have time. So
Really selling it,
there's
folks.
the the Vince Staples show comes out also. So Vince Staples, he's a rapper who's semi-popular like 5 years ago. Anyway, he has a show coming out on Netflix. It's like Fresh Prince, the good Fresh Prince, not the reboot. So if you want a comedy, there's
Oh, that's who
Vince
that
Staples.
is. Okay, I keep seeing the trailer for it. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
on Wednesday
yeah.
is Airbender live action on
Yes,
Netflix.
yes. Airbender, yes.
I'm looking forward to that
That's
one.
right. That's right. That's right. So there's Airbender. Also, check out if you haven't seen it, we always talk about it. Warrior comes out today, seasons 1 through 3 on Netflix. So if you didn't catch it, now it's on Netflix. So check that out. Shogun on FX comes
Oh,
out.
that looks
Big time.
great.
Yeah,
It's a remake of
100% on
the
Rotten
80s.
Tomato.
Wow.
100% on Rotten Tomato. Yeah. So
And who is showing
there
that?
you go. That is on FX, where you can catch it on Hulu.
Because Disney
So-
Plus is advertising it too, which was weird.
Yeah, because they own FX.
Hmm.
So they're advertising it as watching on Hulu.
Hmm.
So because they're all the same. They're all the same. They're all the same. They're all the same. Let's see. And then also watch the Iron Claw streaming if you want to watch a movie about wrestling. Starring
Oh yeah,
who's that fella starring in the Iron Claw?
Efron, Zac Efron.
Do you know his name?
I
Zac
just told
Efron.
you, Zac Efron, with his jacked up.
Zac
he did something to
Efron,
his
I just
face.
told you.
He jacked up his face.
Yeah, his jaw looks crazy.
some work
like,
done.
Like he injected steroids into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. Yeah,
What
yeah,
is
yeah.
that?
Iron
Wrestling?
Claw.
Iron Claw, the true story about the Von Erich family of wrestling. Yes.
I know about the Von Erich family.
Yeah, the Flying Von Erichs. Yes.
I feel like wasn't there a documentary that just came out
Yes. Yes, there
on
was.
Netflix? Okay.
Yeah, check that out. So you can check that movie out wherever streaming. You have to rent it, of course, but it is streaming. So I got that for you. Real quick, Fantastic Four. They casted the whole cast of Fantastic Four came out. So now you know
Give
who's
it.
gonna play the Fantastic Family.
Give it.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal is gonna play Mr. Fantastic.
Of course he is.
Vanessa Kirby playing Invisible Woman. Vanessa Kirby,
Oh, I love
the
that. I love
granddaughter
Vanessa Kirby.
of Jack Kirby, who created the
Is she
Fantastic Four
really?
with Stan Lee. Yeah.
I did
didn't
not know that, but she's so
That's
pretty and
cool.
she's a great actress. I should have said that in reverse. She's a great actress and she's so
No,
pretty.
other way around for
I'm
men.
okay
It's
with
the other
that.
way around.
You
Pretty girls that shitty actors will still
lesbo.
watch. We'll still watch. We get hard-ons. Anyway, Ebon, his name is like
Here's your
Ebon
face
Moss.
towel.
Yeah, I'll take a face towel to the theaters with me. Ebon,
a lap towel.
Ebon Moss. Anyway, he's the guy that
Elon Musk.
No,
That's
Ebon.
what I heard.
Ebon Moss. I forgot his last. Like Ebon Moss Bachman or something. He plays. I don't know if you guys watched The Bear.
Ben
Great
Grimm.
show. He's gonna be Ben Grimm. Yeah,
And what
some
show
guy
is he
named
on?
the Bear. And
Is he the main guy
The
in the bear?
No, he's not.
second
not.
guy. He's the second. He's the co-star. He's the cousin of the main guy. And Joseph Quinn, never heard of him, but he's gonna play Johnny.
How
Silver.
have you not
So,
ever heard of Joseph Quinn?
what
What is
does he have been
wrong
in?
Who
with
is that?
you?
Yeah, who's Joseph Quinn?
Stranger
tell us.
Things. He plays Master of Puppets in the Upside Down Land.
Ah.
Oh,
whatever
and you
they
know
call
why?
it.
Because in the picture they released of him.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. You could barely see who it is. That's why I had to Google him. Like, wait a second.
Well,
I'm
not
gonna
just
look-
that. He had the blonde hair already, and I was like, oh, he's not very
Yeah.
familiar to me. Because yeah, you're right. I forgot he did great casting. That guy's great and freaking. I mean, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. Yeah. Deadpool and Wolverine. They released a trailer for it. The most viewed trailer of all time on YouTube.
That it. I got a little psyched. Not gonna lie. Not
Did you
gonna
need a
lie.
face towel?
Yeah, you need a face
No,
towel?
because they
Oh,
didn't
okay.
show Hugh Jackman.
No,
Well, sure,
Kept
they
him
did from
all in
behind.
dark. Yeah, well,
When he's in a white
lady,
suit.
I need more than that.
Well, here's the thing I was going to tell you about that. The rumor is that's not him in the white suit. It's Daniel Radcliffe in the white suit.
Oh, really? Or is it? Because I also heard that.
Actually, I'm really into Daniel Radcliffe as Wolverine. I want to see that.
That's the rumor
With
that's
his
been
name.
going around for a while that he's
I
gonna be
feel like it would
Wolverine. Yeah,
work.
it would
Wolverine
work.
is short in the comics.
Yeah.
Give me
If he was just like buffed out, I'm here for it. I want to see it.
Well, he get jacked. I'm pretty sure. He wasn't something that long ago where he was pretty jacked. Not like super buffed out, but he was
the
pretty
TV
ripped.
show.
TV show. Yeah. It was the
I can't
comedy
remember
show
what it
he's
was.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was all
Oh,
jacked,
what
and I
is
was like,
that?
"Holy
Oh.
shit!"
The other rumor is Carl Urban also plays a variant Wolverine.
Yes, that is another rumor that Carl Urban. Yes, he also plays Wolverine. Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense, but also still old.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, the whole
Yeah,
idea
yeah.
though is the TVA gets Deadpool, as you saw, and he's jumping around the Fox movies to get the proper people to get together, form a team that go like to the MCU or whatever, to whatever it is they're battling, whatever it is the TVA needs them for.
Right.
He's Deadpool
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, like, he's Marvel Jesus. I mean, so that shit looks fantastic. It's gonna make so much fucking money. Oh my god, it's stupid. I mean,
Hey, I saw the trailer and I immediately was like, I have not watched Deadpool and Deadpool 2 enough. Like I've seen them both at least twice, but I'm like, I need to watch these again because I really did enjoy them.
yeah, oh, fantastic.
But they're not like in my Rolodex like the way like a lot of the Avengers like MCU standard are. I'm
No,
just like, today
no.
I'm gonna watch Winter Soldier. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I just pop stuff on, but I don't do that to Deadpool, and I should.
Well, you know what? Because it's outside the realm of Marvel. We don't think about it in the Marvel way.
Yeah, because it's not like in the
Yeah,
chronology, you know.
e- exactly. That's why I thought that it was funny because he still did the fourth wall thing, where he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Disney? Like, okay, like I'm in." Like, so it was
Just
pretty.
perfect casting. I
Oh,
mean, I'm sure
perfect
you guys
casting.
talked about this before, but like Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool is just so fucking perfect. Like you
Oh,
can't imagine anybody better.
no, couldn't get any better than that for sure. Also, The Walking Dead is back. I don't know if you're interested,
Mm.
but The Walking Dead, The One Who Lives, comes back February 25th. It is actually the story of Rick Grimes and where he's been this whole time. It's his show.
I've been waiting for that fucking thing to come out for so fucking long. I will watch it. I will. I just have to. Is it a show or is it a movie? Because they were gonna do a movie
It's a
originally.
show. It's a show.
Ah!
It's about him and Michonne. It's
I
about
don't
them.
want it to be a show. I wanted it to be a movie. That was originally what it was
It
supposed to
was
be.
supposed to be
Because
3 movies.
almost as soon as Andrew Lincoln bounced from Walking Dead, I was like, I'm out.
It was
Like
not the same. Yeah, not the same.
he is the heart and soul of that show. Andrew Lincoln is so fucking good in that role. I tuned in to the series finale of The Walking Dead just because there's like a 5 minute, not even 5 minute scene of Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes because he is so fucking good. And I'm like, you are the reason I watched this show. You were the reason I stuck with that show. And as soon as you left, I'm done. So I'll fucking watch it.
Well, there you go. There you go. So check it out on February 25th. The Walking Dead is back on AMC with the Rick Grimes show called The One Who Lives. So check that out. Check that out.
Are you guys were you big Walking Dead fans?
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. I was into the comic book and then the show was pretty spot on the comic book. Like
Was it? Because
oh
I
yeah.
read the comics and then I watched the show and I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And I hated it for a long time.
They changed some things, but they were pretty spot on with the key points of the way the Asian guy dies, the way Rick's best friend dies, all that stuff is pretty spot on. I wish they would have kept
the
it.
high points.
Yeah, that's what they did. They kept the high points, but the way that Rick's wife dies was completely wrong, from the comic. I mean, it's so much better in the comic, like 10 times better in the comic.
Is it? I remember it. It's fucking awful.
It's awful.
How does she die in the comic?
Oh,
she
they're
gets
having
fucking exploded in half while she's carrying the baby. Does the
Yeah,
baby die too?
No,
the baby dies.
The baby's not born. She's pregnant.
Oh, she's pregnant.
And then remember, they're having the shootout at the jail.
With the governor.
And then you're with the governor, and she tries to run across the yard and just gets blown to bits.
She gets bisected.
Oh yeah, she gets shot like 1,000 times.
It's awful.
It's they should have kept that because I hate that bitch.
You know, and that was okay, I'm like going off on a tangent now, but that was one of the things that like The Walking Dead, like when they brought in the governor, everyone was super excited, and so was I. They did they did not make him as horrible as he was in the comics.
At
But then I
all.
always tell
At all.
myself, I'm like, it is cable, but it's still like regular cable. And I don't even know that HBO could make him as horrible as he was. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people just don't want to watch that in real time. Reading about it and seeing like it in comics is
Yeah.
different than seeing it acted out. I don't think that anybody would. I think it was too far, and
Well,
so I
even
guess
when they
they did what they could.
killed the Asian guy, I forgot his first name in the show.
Oh, it
When they
was
killed him,
awful.
it was just like the comic, but
It
it was
was.
like I was like, oh wow, they kept that in the show. Like holy
Yeah,
shit!
the
Like
eyeball thing. Yeah, it was.
like everything getting smashed in the head with a bat. Like oof.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there you go. So Walking Dead, check it out. And Beyonce's releasing a country album. She released 2 songs already, and country stations are refusing to play her music. So
Why?
because they're saying she's not country, like she's just doing this to pander, like blah blah blah. And it's country music. I mean, it's
Isn't everybody fucking pandering? Shut the fuck up and play the goddamn music.
yeah, they won't play it because she's black.
Fuck
Anyway, let's be
off.
honest. She's Beyonce. They won't do it.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. But anyway, so she's releasing a country album. And, yeah. Oh, there you go.
Well,
Hey.
that's like when they pulled Little Nas X off of country. So
You know,
he's
country
not really
enough.
country.
That was
That's
not a country song.
No.
That wasn't a country. That was
I mean, it's
that
a
was
fun
a rap
song, and I like it, but it's not a country song.
Yeah, it's a rap song. Let's be honest. It's a
is.
rap song. It all because you throw Billy Ray Cyrus on it. It's not a country song. It's not.
Maybe that's what Beyonce needs. She needs Billy Ray.
She needs Billy Ray. Yeah, or she can go and get the daughter, go Miley, and do Love Country.
She's not country, so
No, but she can do country.
Mo, maybe she should get Darius Rucker.
Oh
Rucker?
yeah, Darius Rucker. Yeah, he's country now.
Yeah,
That's right. He is
country
country
now.
Yeah, and he's just white enough to get country music played on the.
Yeah.
Sad
right
but true.
there. He's right there. All right. Well, there you go. We're definitely going to talk True Detective. Episode 5 came out, and you guys know we're keeping up on True Detective, season 4. We did watch, Carlos and myself. It's called Raelian. It's about the Raelian religion. It's about a French race car driver who claims that aliens visited him and told him the truth about religion and how we are created by aliens and the religion that you believe in actually is all based on aliens creating. So a friend of mine, he's part of this religion. Well, I haven't seen him in years, but we work together. I didn't know what it was, and he explained to me one day what it was, and I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He goes, "Yeah,
Isn't it just Scientology?
God is." No. This is vastly different. Vastly different. This is like Prometheus. So meaning they created everything on Earth, aliens, right? They just and they watch us, and then, but there's a heaven also, and religious. Oh, they also think this is what they believe. The North Star that the 3 wise men followed was actually a UFO, leading them to Jesus. So the Bible is actually true to them, but it's all based on alien stuff. They believe that. And in the end, it's a cult created by some guy that basically uses his power to have sex with a lot of women. That's really what it is in the end. It's just
what most
what a
cults
cult
are.
usually is.
Well, I remember
No.
when Lafayette told me he knew a guy that was in it. Well, I first heard about it when Lafayette told me about it. Oh, there's this religion called Raelian. I'm like, Raelians. And then this is all I got from Lafayette. I was in my mid-20s when he told me the story. So this is all I got.
Oh, yeah, because I was like
hot
20,
naked
21.
chicks walking
Yep.
around. That's all I got.
You know
what? I need to look into
That's
this. How do I
literally-
get in on this?
Literally, what he told me was, man, I joined because it's basically just swingers. You go to this camp and you just bang a bunch of hot chicks. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but you
what?
got to give them all your fucking, join or whatever.
No, you do. You have to give them 10% of your check, and
But here's the
And-
funny. Well, here's the thing.
yeah.
I believed this guy, Claude Rael. Now he goes by
Claude,
Rael.
yeah.
I had no
Rael.
reason to disbelieve him and his story about the aliens took him and told him, we created you, we made the earth, blah, 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 whatever. And the reason I say this is because his story is no different than some clown who was visited by God, was given some golden plates, and he reads them out of a hat. Who reads plates out of a hat? And then, so I was good with Rael until this happens like with most religions or most prophets. The second time they visit, man, there's no second time. Don't, because now you're
You
just
get a one-stop shop with
that's
God.
right. Well, because the second time always is a rule changer. They made new rules. So
Oh, yeah.
now, and the same thing happened with Joseph Smith. Oh no, the angel moron visited me and said, "Oh, now I have to bang all these women. I can have all
It's
kinds of
Marone.
wives,
Come on.
all kinds of wives." And Joseph Smith's wife was like, "Well, I can have a bunch of husbands." No, you can't, because if you do, I'm gonna kill you.
They're all fucking the
Yeah.
same. I completely concur, Carlos, because each individual person saying, I saw this, I heard this, blah, 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 blah. It's all the fucking same. We're all just, God, grasping for meaning, right?
No,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
So
no.
I have
So
no problem
true.
with Rael and his Raelians. That's why I wouldn't call it a cult. I think the only reason they call it a cult is because there aren't millions and millions of followers like you have in Muslim, Catholic, Mormon, Buddhist, whatever. Because if you were to break that down where there's only a few hundred, few thousand followers, all of a sudden those are cults too.
Well, I
But
think
no,
it's a cult because they're following an actual person. And this person is guy, you know what I mean? He's the one like telling
who's the
them this
Pope?
is,
Who's the Pope? Who's
but
the Pope?
nobody follows
Pope,
the
Pope,
Pope.
Pope, Pope, Pope,
And
Pope, Pope,
you know,
Pope.
you don't you don't go to like Catholics don't follow the Pope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
The-
fucking
Yes,
do.
they
He's
do. They kiss
literally,
the
no,
I
ground
used
but
to
they
he
don't
be
walks
follow the
Catholic.
on.
Pope
I was
in the
Catholic
sense
when I was
of
a kid.
no, I get
No,
it. But
Catholic Pope is God's representative on earth. If the
well,
if
yeah,
the
that's
Pope
craziness.
says jump, you jump. It's just he
I mean,
hasn't
I
taken
got bad knees.
a left turn in terms of like we should all just fuck each other. Like that's
Well,
the
but
only
like I said,
difference.
the difference really is this person acts as if he is the all like in most cults, I'm the almighty. I am like the end all be all, right? There's no other like representatives. I am it. You follow only me. There's no priests
On
or
earth.
lower
No,
level.
on Earth. Yeah,
Yeah.
the what do you call what are the Eliomes?
The Elohim.
Eliomes. They're the
Yeah.
ones. Elohims. I'm sorry,
Elohim.
Elohims.
Yeah.
They're the ones who give him the messages. But yeah, he's the representative of Earth. The Mormons have a representative on Earth as well. I can't remember his name.
Used to be Brigham Young. It's somebody
Yeah, it used to
different
be Brigham
now.
Young.
It was
Yeah.
Joseph Smith, then it was Brigham Young, but now
Yep.
it's someone else. So it always changes
Yep.
hands, always.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the
Kevin Sorbo.
Scientology church has
David, what's his name?
Oh, David Miscavige.
yeah,
There you go.
Miscavige, who can't
AKA
be
Tom
found.
Cruise. I'd
Yeah,
rather
Tom
follow
Cruise.
Tom Cruise, please.
Yep. And then Joel
Yeah.
Osteen
I mean,
has
if he
Joel
wants-
Osteen.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Joel
truly.
Osteen. He's another cult leader. Same
Truly.
thing. He's just a representative for the Christian faith, right? So they're all cult leaders, all of them. So you can't tell me that the Raelian or that Rael is wrong. He's not.
I can tell
He
you he's
believes in what he wants
right.
to believe, but he believes in what he wants to believe. The Catholics believe in what they want to believe.
The difference is Rael clearly is in it for himself, like 100%. It's literally like you said. No, that's what you got to do. Oh, you have to please me. Oh, women are number one, but women are actually objects, and you're tiered objects. You're the gold level, you're pink level, you're white level. If you're this
Weird
level,
how
you
that
can't.
fucking works.
Yeah, if you're this level, you can only have sex with me, nobody else. If you're this level, you can't have sex with anybody till I say so. And if you're this, I'm like, dude, really? Like, how do people just fall for this shit? Like,
It's
okay,
all I agree with Carlos. It's just they're all cults. It's just a matter of like how many tentacles they get into you.
Exactly.
Like how many
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
aspects
but
of
this
your
one
life
is-
are they involved in?
when he tells you, "Oh, I went to their planet. We had a whole day. We hung out."
That's
I
what
was
got
like-
me. It was like the second
I was
visit,
like,
and they
bro.
went to their planet. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, we went roller skating on the rings of Saturn. It was super fun.
Oh yeah.
And they
but-
moved at light speed to some other. I'm like, come on, man.
Well, remember though, he even said, my buddy told me this too, that they can meditate and they can travel to different planets and so forth. They can travel
sounds
all
fun.
around the world. I was like, do it right now. Do it right now. And I don't want to see your dick, but do it right now.
Or his anus. Apparently, everybody has to look at their anus when they join.
They
this
do. They have
camp.
to look at their anus
Look
to
at your
find out
anus
their
with a
true
mirror.
meaning.
Yeah, yeah. Holy shit!
I'll
I
tell
never
you.
had hemorrhoids. What the
When my
fuck?
buddy told me he was part of this, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I believe in aliens. Well, that's okay, but aliens in what sense? As in they're the true gods. Oh, I mean, and then he got into it. I was like, oh, you just want to have sex with hot chicks. I was like, I got it, bro. I was like,
Pick it up what you're putting down. Here's my face towel.
Exactly. Exactly.
Is there a website? You want my
He
credit
had
card?
his own face towel, the little UFO in the embroidered in the corner. Hey man, you get these when you go to camp. Like, I bet you do.
Oh,
Just
now he's in
fucking-
Japan, living out his
Yeah, he
life.
lives in
Still with
Japan.
his followers. Yeah.
I just wish that I had such a rich inner life, like that I could truly. This is the thing, is like, do you ever wish that you were stupid? Because it feels like stupid people have just a much more fun and interesting life. All I see in my life is drudgery, incompetence, and just the day to day of human existence. And then these fucking idiots are like, I can meditate and roller skate the rings of Saturn. That sounds fun. Why can't I live that life?
Well, I don't
That's what I
understand.
want to know.
People are so gullible. I just don't. And I know gullible people, and you can tell them anything. Really? No way. I'm like, really, dude? Do you actually believe that? Like
Like I
okay,
said, it
just
sounds like
testing
a
it, but
fun
okay.
existence. You just
And they
live in
claim
this
to have
fantasy world.
cloned a baby.
Oh, that was the biggest conspiracy because my friend swore up and down that was real, and they're the only ones to ever do it. And it's funny because Eve and all that was the name of Eve, the
Eve,
baby.
yeah.
And I know Laura didn't see it yet, but they cloned a human supposedly in France. Oh, Israel.
Oh.
Israel.
I listened to
Israel.
a podcast on this. It's like ringing bells. Like that website is
Yeah,
still
yeah, yeah.
active, and it's like this really like super defunct. I'll send you the link to the podcast
But
that I
it
listened
never
to on it.
really what you get from it is it never really happened. Well, actually, we know it never happened because the actual so-called scientist or the real doctor they had on hand or scientist, whatever, he's like, this shit never happened. It's all bullshit. It was all bullshit. It was all PR stuff. It was all nonsense. And
Well, yeah, he left after the first lab was closed.
yeah. And again, I know you didn't see it, but for some reason, some lawyer in Florida,
That was so stupid. That dude.
it was.
He
I
just
wanted
wanted
him
to get his name
just
in the papers or on TV. It
100%.
made absolutely no sense.
100%.
Who's going to protect this child?
Oh,
The
it
child
was
doesn't
so
even live
dumb.
in the United States, man. You have
So
no
basically,
jurisdiction.
Yeah, they made the announcement about the clone baby in Florida. So this lawyer in Florida
Of course,
took it
it's
upon
Florida.
himself. What's that? Oh, of course, in Florida. Yeah, took it upon himself to basically go, oh my God, I need to protect this baby. Doesn't exist, you dumb idiot. Took him to court and everything. And
Yeah,
I'm
he was
like,
like, oh,
this is the
they're
dumb.
going to
This guy's
exploit
a-
this child. They're going to do. Somebody needs to protect them. What if they die? I'm like, okay.
Oh, dude,
What if,
he
I
came
mean, what
off
if they do?
like you said. He came off like I need attention. And then when they talk about his cases, they all come off that way. Oh, okay, he's a fake lawyer. He's a real lawyer. This is so confusing.
Pass me that box of Cracker Jacks. What was your prize? I'm a fucking lawyer. Holy shit, look at the certificate.
Did you have my fortune today? What? Just got it at PM
You're a
Chang's.
lawyer.
I'm a lawyer.
Here's your
Yeah.
lucky numbers.
I was a detective
Oh, no,
last
he
week.
has-
I'm a lawyer now.
No, that's right. He has one of those calendars at home. Instead of a word of the day, it's career of the day. Oh, I'm a fucking lawyer today.
Oh shit.
What's
an
tomorrow? Let me
engineer?
just take a little peek.
Yeah, take a peek.
mechanic.
Gets
Now I'll stick to the lawyer.
super let down by next day. Anyway, check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called Rael. Ray. I think it's just Rael, right? That's what it's called.
Rael.
Yeah, it's just called Rael. Check it out.
4
It's-
episodes.
Yeah, it's only 4 episodes. It is interesting. Knowing somebody in it was even more interesting when you watch it because you're like, oh shit, he told me the truth about everything. Even though I looked into it back then, like this shit is wild. So check it out on Netflix. It's a new documentary that dropped. Rael. So yeah, check that out. We'll take a break here in the Talking Podcast. We'll be right back after this.
New episodes of Nerds Talking every Friday. And don't forget about Taco Tuesdays every Tuesday, only here on the Nerds Review Network.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Carlos. I'm here with Laura. I'm Lafayette. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends every Friday. New episodes of Nerds Talking the Podcast. Before we went to break, True Detective was the topic as I watched season 1 all over again. And I told you it's more like a B+. The reasons for that is that when I watched it back, I didn't care for Woody Harrelson's backstory. I love Matthew McConaughey though. He was phenomenal.
Wait. What backstory? You mean like
his marital
The
problems.
cheating guy? Oh.
I was like, whatever. That's whatever. And I kind of felt like the payoff at the end wasn't enough. Just wasn't enough at all. The one guy in the house in a secret tunnel, it just wasn't enough payoff. It's almost like it should have been tied to something bigger. More of,
that's
So that was the
Okay.
part where I was like, all these years, and the fact
The
that he was an
UFO,
episode,
right?
No, the UFO part, which you were talking about. First of all, it's not
not
a
a
UFO.
UFO.
It's not a
It's a
UFO.
black hole.
It's he looks up and
Oh,
it's the
that's
black
right.
hole in the ceiling, but he's
Yes.
tripping balls at that point.
Who? Cole?
McConaughey.
Cole.
Yeah.
He's been fucking like ripped through in the gut. Like the guy didn't even just stab him in the gut. Like he stabbed him in the gut and then
And
fucking
it started,
lifting
like,
him
just
up
lifting him
by
up.
the goddamn
Yeah.
knife.
And
so
he started
he's
like
been partially disemboweled.
and he's like seeing shit and it's
Yeah.
not it's nothing like it's just the payoff wasn't big enough because it doesn't really give you that much like conspiracy or anything. It kind of just feels like they're just one fucking crazy person that's being covered up that people don't want to talk about, the Yellow King. And then I don't know, the payoff just wasn't great. McConaughey, he is the show. He's the whole show. His character, everything. His biker, the whole biker gang thing.
Oh, that fucking whole Wonder scene.
It's like the
it's
best part of the
mind-blowing.
show for sure.
It's not the best part of the show, but it is a very good part of the show.
But McConaughey's the best part of the show. Just everything. And
Yes, I would agree with that.
And the time jump McConaughey is even better.
I know. The old haggard.
Yeah, I'm still obsessed. You guys are all fucking idiots. Like I can figure this shit out on my own if I have to. You guys still haven't figured shit out. Blah blah blah. But
okay, allow me to counterpoint here.
Okay, you go now.
Woody Harrelson. Now that is the thing. I agree that Matthew McConaughey is the absolute highlight of season 1. Like he is the reason why it is an A+ top shelf show. One of the best things to ever be put on television. He is the reason. However, in every pairing, you have to have, not even in every pairing, just in like every story, you have to have the opposite side, right?
100%.
So you have Rust, who is so self-aware. He's laser focused. He is just, in his head 24/7. And Woody Harrelson, what's the character's name? Marty. Marty is the complete opposite of him. He has no idea what he's thinking, why he's thinking it, why he does what he does. He just keeps making bad decisions back to back to back and putting himself up as a good guy all the time because he has zero self-awareness. And the two of them playing against each other is what makes it so interesting and so continually watchable because their interactions are fucking gold. Like Rusty will say something and Woody is the everyman that's just like, shut the fuck up, man. Like stop saying that shit.
No, you're right. You're right. And the characters themselves are great because of that reason. Because Marty just, oh, we solved it. We're good. Okay, good. I just want credit. I don't give a shit. Oh, you know what? It's probably that guy did it. And then Russ is like, Marty, that's not it at all, Marty. You know what I mean? He's like,
but he needs
like, what do you mean?
He needs him. He needs his backup. He needs his straightforward thinking because Marty is a very linear thinker. Rust obviously is not. And like, so they need each other. That's the partnership. And that's why
partner wise, it's great. It's his backstory I didn't care for, right? I didn't care for his wife goes and sleeps with Russ, and I'm like, oh, this is
I
stupid.
love that part. I mean, no, it's not stupid. I think it's fucking genius.
Russ, his character is not that guy. You know what I mean?
Because he's fucking lonely. That's why he goes.
I know,
for it.
but then he gets all pissed. Get out of here! And I'm like, what? Like, oh, okay,
yeah,
sure,
he got a little mad, and I'm like, I mean, it's two to tango, fella. But,
I just don't think it was. I just maybe it just wasn't good enough for him. I understand. I get it.
Honestly, the way I was like, ooh, that doesn't look. That's like it kind of hurts.
Oh yeah, no, he wasn't holding back.
Very quickly and like from behind, and I was like, ow, you're hot, Russ, but maybe not that hot.
But again, I think it's just the payoff that did it for me at the end. I already knew it was coming. I already knew everything that was
Okay.
happening.
Okay. So let me address the second point, the
All right.
payoff, the
All
lack of
right.
payoff. The
Yeah.
thing is that you have, and maybe this, I might, if given the right talking points, I might be able to downgrade this from an A plus to an A, in the sense of
B
it's
minus.
something that you have to think about and something that you have to go back and watch and understand how integrated it all is, because it is not just one guy. He is one guy that's doing the murders that they are investigating, but that's not where it ends. Because I mean, they say it in the end. He said, we didn't get all of them. He said, we got our guy, and that's all we can do. And that's what it is. He got his guy. But if you really break down like all the different things that you've seen in the show, you realize how fucking big it is. And the Tuttles specifically, and I really dove deep this last rewatch that I did. I went out on Reddit, and some beautiful human soul wrote a dissertation on True Detective and
wow.
like breaking everything down, and like this scene, like this tells you this scene tells you that, this line lets you know this, and like all these different things about like, because do you remember the scene with the old lady, the old black lady? He goes to see her, and she says, Carcosa,
Yeah.
Carcosa,
Yeah.
the Yellow King.
Mhm.
He's fucking old as shit, which means this stuff has been going back time and time and time
Oh
again.
well, that you get from the show. You get that this is
You
not
did.
this guy is not just doing this yesterday. This has been
Yeah.
going on for like the tape they find, the videotape, and people know about it, and so does the
Yes.
sheriff of the town, blah, 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 blah. You
Yeah.
get it, but the payoff's still very small though. Oh, we got the one guy, but they're still going on. Oh, we're
No, it's
satisfied.
not. But that's the thing, it's not going on anymore. It was
It
going on, and this is
was.
the one guy that's left.
In that case, see, they did get the guy that was anticlimactic. It wasn't anything.
How was it anticlimactic? You get the guy, one guy that's left. You just didn't get the network, but it was
you
a
gotta get the
past network. That's the thing.
And then yeah, and
Anyway,
then Marty went to Alaska. No, Russ. I
no,
mean, in
no,
between time,
no,
Russ went to no.
no,
Russ did no.
no.
Russ says that when they ask him, "What have you been doing this all
Fuck,
time?"
he did.
He goes, "I went to Alaska for like the last 7 years, and then I came back." And I was like, "Oh, wait a second.
I went
Wait
to
a
high
mo-
school for a little
Shit.
bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right,
All
all right,
right,
all
all
right.
right,
Yeah.
all right.
So he did go back to Alaska, and he says how he went ice fishing and he worked at a bar there. And then he came back here and he's working at a bar now. And I was like, wait, Alaska, season 4, yada,
It's
yada,
a
yada.
good
I
segue.
was like, son of a
Well, I guess he went
bitch.
looking for his dad, right? Because in that, even in episode 1, he said, or yeah, when it's the time jump, McConaughey, he says, "My dad's in Alaska."
He does. Yeah. No, he does. Yeah. And that brings us to season 4 of True Detective, episode 5. And last we left, I had it at a C minus as my grade for the season so far. Carlos, what was your grade so far? I forgot. Did you take like a B or B minus?
C. Went with
You
the
had a
C.
C. Laura, do you remember your grade you gave it last week so far?
It's got to be a D or an F. I don't remember, but it was bad.
Yeah, D or an F. Laura, you're first. Episode 5. True
Oh,
Detective.
I've been talking a lot. Let's let Carlos go.
You know what? Let
first.
Carlos. Yeah, let Carlos talk a little bit about True Detective episode 5. Carlos, what'd you get from it as we come down to only one episode left?
They try to cram a lot into one episode before the payoff, before whatever's coming next. I'm kind of glad Pryor's dead. He kind of annoyed the shit out of me because he was obviously working for the oil company. I don't know, man. He even told the lady that I'm not a killer, but he wouldn't kill the engineer anyway, Otis. And then I'm sure he was going to kill the sheriff, or it kind of looked like he was going to, because he wanted to be
It was
sheriff
suicide.
anyway.
Yeah. No, it was suicide by cop. He knew exactly what he was doing. He raised his gun on Jodie Foster to get him to shoot. It was suicide by suicide by cop.
It was a better episode than 4. 4 just felt like a filler. I'm just curious to see what they're going to find in the cave. What exactly is it that the oil company doesn't want them to find in that cave? And it almost seems like Pryor was in on the original murder of Annie. What it seems like the way he was talking. So I'm kind of anxious to see how this is going to play out, but it's definitely a better episode than 4. I would probably give it a B minus right now. depending on what the
Oh, wow.
payoff is going to be.
B minus jumped up from a C to a B minus. That's a extra credit if I ever saw one. All right. Laura, what's your take on so far? We're on episode 5 of True Detective, season 4, Night Country.
Okay. I agree with Carlos. Definitely, it was a better episode than the last, I feel like, 2 episodes that we saw. I thought honestly, this episode was good. This episode was interesting. But what kept coming back to me, they're talking about this cover-up storyline about Pryor working for the mining company, which we already knew if you were paying attention, but they just revealed it now. Why now? Why in the second to last episode? This should have been something that happened in episode 2 or episode 3 because it's actually fucking interesting instead of all this other bullshit we've been experiencing for the last couple episodes. And John Hawkes, his character being in on the cover up of Annie, again, not a shocker, but interesting. Should have been sooner in the series. And the stories and tension between the father and son and the deputy, that was good. That was interesting. I was engaged by that. That actually drew me in. The story about when you fell through the ice and him like standing outside of the window listening to his dad play. Those are human moments that I found interesting that should have been earlier in the series to draw me in, not loaded all into this episode. And other things that got me. Okay, the Otis, the fucking junkie engineer or whatever, he said one of his eyes was burned out. Is that snow blindness? I was thinking like his retina is burned. Does snow blindness cause retina burning? I don't know. That was just something that I wrote down. And then I was like, could a cave-in explain those deaths? And I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, maybe liquid nitrogen if they like dipped all those guys screaming in liquid nitrogen. I don't know. Those are just rando thoughts that I put down. Dumb things that I noted. Otis in the end of episode 4, they find him huddled in a corner. Where's Clark? He's in Night Country now. And then she goes back and she's like, where is he? You said he was in Night Country. And he's like, oh, did I? I don't know. Ha ha ha.
He forgot.
It's fucking lazy ass writing. Are you being dramatic and weird? Other things, Evangeline talking to Danvers, and she's like, oh, Leah's got a girlfriend. And then Evangeline says, girlfriends, I've had plenty of those. I told you. I liked that they played her straight, but I told you they were going to reference her being gay, and they did. Point to me. I'm right.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
And last thing, the spiral explanation. What?
Oh, yeah. Was it on the rock, right?
On the rock. He said, oh, I know this sign. It means thin ice. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck does thin ice have to do with the fucking sex cult in Louisiana?
We'll find out on episode 6.
Nothing. That's my fucking...
That's what you got. What's your grade
Yeah.
there? Because you said you're at a D. Now what you're at?
I'm going to up it to a D+ at this
Oh,
moment.
wow. Passing grade for a lot of college students.
D+ is not a passing grade.
Stupid ones.
No,
Stupid
C's
ones.
get degrees. D's
Actually,
get
C's get degrees. That's right. D's get nothing.
C's get degrees.
Yeah, I like Carlos said, or you both said it. They crammed so much into this because they had to, and they had to just kind of give us all they could at once because they've given us nothing, basically.
Yeah.
And just like
Bad
season
writing.
1. Yeah, it was like season 1 where I told you, well, I didn't care for Woody Harrelson's backstory. That's what I feel about Jodie Foster's bullshit and her daughter and all that bullshit. I don't give a goddamn.
No, I
about
would
it.
agree. No, it's boring.
It is boring. They kind of try to play it like season 1 in a sense where Jodie Foster's, I'm a straight edge. I get the job done. And the other one's kind of like, have a whole different take. It doesn't work. But, this one gave us a lot to look forward to. But I think the last episode is going to let us down. Even if no matter what it is they find, I think it's going to be like a big this is stupid. Like this has been all just a fucking waste of time. Like, Like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. It makes me want to go back and watch season 2 to go, we always think that's the worst. Is it though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it, I have to go back
My
and watch and go,
biggest
yeah.
my biggest tip for season 2 is get like a character sheet with all the names so you can just keep it straight.
Like a
A
log.
lot of names. Yeah, because there's a lot of names. You need like pictures of people to like know who is who.
I mean, like I said, I was at a C minus. I think it was, yeah. I'm at a steady C right now. So it's at a C, it's a passing grade. We'll see if it passes this, the test at the end. But
Is it a fucking 2-hour finale? Like, that's the only way I could see this possibly ecking by
and
with a
it's not.
passing
You
grade.
get
You
like
would
you
hope
get like
so.
you get like 54 minutes of them cave diving and then running into the abominable snowman that's like, here, take a face towel. I'm gonna freeze you right now. Like what? Like what? Like what's going on here? Matthew McConaughey's dad is maybe underneath the ice. Who knows?
Oh no, that's never gonna come up again. That's just a fucking ploy to get you looped in.
I told you Russ was in Alaska for 7 years in between the time jump.
No, they're not gonna tie it in.
Yeah.
They
Their kids.
wished. They wished they could get Matthew McConaughey for this
Whoa.
fucking episode, and they
Oh,
won't.
I mean, yeah, no, never. No. Well, there you go. True Detective, season 4. One more episode to go, and then we're gonna break it down and give you our final grades. So we'll take a break here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. When we come back, a little lover, killer, stalker. Is that what it's called? On Netflix? We'll talk about that right after the break.
Taco Tuesdays with Nutso and Chuck the Rap Star. Every Tuesday on the Nerds Review Network. Grab a taco, take a seat, pop a burrito, it's gonna get deep. Subscribe and turn on your notifications, and don't forget to hit that like button.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm with Carlos, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. We're going to jump into what we watched this week, a true crime documentary on Netflix called Lover, Killer, Stalker. Or is it Lover, Stalker, Killer? You guys
Lover,
remember
stalker,
what it was?
Yeah,
killer.
something like that.
Or is it Lover, Killer? Yeah,
I think
anyway.
it's lover, stalker,
It's
killer.
about it is, okay, Lover, Stalker, Killer. It's a true story about a man who meets somebody online, and she becomes a stalker, and she also becomes a killer. God damn it, it's in the title. Okay, they gave it away. So Carlos, what do you take away from Lover, Stalker, Killer on Netflix? The true crime story.
I figured it out in the first 10 minutes. And the only reason I even continued watching it, I was going to fast forward it, but I was like, now let's see where this goes. I want to see exactly how they figure it out. I mean, because I've done this several times with true crime. I should be a fucking detective. I knew this shit right away. Yeah, but just the idea of this woman was crazy enough to do all the things that she was doing, but nobody caught on. I'm surprised. So the thing with Dave, he may not have known Carrie that long. That he said they were only dating for 2 weeks, but he should have known her well enough to know that she wouldn't flip the script like that right away. I mean, if you should be able to read people, you spend so much time with them, even if it's just 2 weeks, you should be able to read them enough to know she's not nuts. Who's sending me these messages? And then the first cop who works stalking cases, you need a new job. I heard they need a crossing guard down by the school. Go do that, man, because you suck. Yeah, man, it was horrible. They didn't figure it out until they went to the missing persons case. That's how they figured
Yep.
this thing out. Was that those two detectives figured it out? Because a guy who was assigned to a certain department was it Missouri?
It's
No, it
like
wasn't Missouri.
Iowa, Nebraska. It's
Yeah, it
like
was in
between
Missouri.
Yeah,
state
Nebraska. You're right.
lines.
Missouri?
Cornhuskers.
So that
Yeah, he was a
complicated
Cornhusker.
things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iowa. She lived in Iowa, but she worked in Nebraska or something. He was assigned to his own this thing, and I'm like, come on, dude, really couldn't figure this out. But anyway, yeah, it's a good watch. But you just kind of go nuts after the first 10 minutes because you're kind of screaming at the TV. It's Liz, you idiots! It's Liz, but nobody's listening because it's pre-recorded and it's just streaming service. But yeah. And the
See,
reason I
didn't-
figured
I
it
didn't
out, I
get
don't know
that.
if you guys figured it out right away. I don't know if you did. Laura was shaking her head, yes. But part of the reason I figured it out because I was dating somebody. This is where back in the what was that? MySpace days. Hey, kiddies, there used to
Oh
be
yes,
something before
MySpace.
Facebook called MySpace. Before MySpace, there was AOL. But anyway, in MySpace days, somebody, after I started talking to this one girl, some girl sent me a friend request. I'm like, oh, she's good looking. And then I won't forget her name, it was Brianna. And then I didn't really chat much. I just friended her and was like, hey, hi. And that was it. There was nothing, whatever. But then this one girl that I was kind of hanging out with, she was like, so how's Brianna? I'm like, the fuck? How you? What do you do? What do you do? What do you mean? So that's the only
That's
time it ever
fucking
came
weird.
up. Yeah, that's the only time it came up. But then I knew it was her. She sent me that just kind of like a jealous thing to see if I was gonna try to chase this fake person. But anyway, I didn't get killed. I'm still here.
Oh, so she said, oh,
Ah, so
tricky,
you could have had a documentary.
tricky.
I could have. I could have.
Yeah, well, I guess you wouldn't know if you got
Well, I
paid
guess she
for it,
was the
but
one that would have been doing everything, right? She was the one who would have killed
Yep.
everybody,
Yep.
got
yeah,
herself,
yeah,
burned her own house, and killed her pets. Fucking psycho.
crazy. Everything that lady did though was nuts. I like you got. I didn't catch on. You know, I caught because when she came over the first time and she ran into Carrie. Remember, she said, "Oh, I forgot something" or whatever,
That
and
was how I
he
knew
noticed
right
then that
away. I'm like, what a coincidence. As soon as we close the door, it seems to get a little, things might get a little tense. My buzzer rings and it's the psycho that I haven't seen in like 3-4 weeks. No, no, no,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah. Well, what really threw me off though was she's so psycho. She creates like other profiles and then tries to like talk to him through there. And he's like, "Oh, I got another match. All right, let me go buy some face towels." Then comes to find out it's her, and he's like, "Fuck again! Like this bitch won't leave me alone." Like, I mean, she went to the extreme. Well, murder is the extreme, but when you burn your own house down, I mean, that's like, what the fuck? Like
She would
that. I
not have
mean,
gotten
how
caught.
big is Dave's dick?
Well, this guy got Pete Davidson energy going on, man.
I mean, what is going on with this Dave fella? I mean, he did have some good luck online dating. It's just maybe too good of luck. So, Laura?
I'm with Carlos. When she knocked on the door or buzzed when he had her and the thing, I was like, sus. And then as soon as they did the interview with the mom and they were like, she wouldn't call me, it was only text. I was like, oh, that's not her. That's this other crazy bitch. Because there's only so many, like, that's the thing. You can say, Carlos, like, oh, I'm going to be a detective. You're given a very narrow set of suspects in a documentary. In real life, you have umpteen amount of people who are involved in the situation. The story is presented you with a limited amount of suspects. So given in the documentary, I'm like, well, I don't think this is Carly. Who else could it be? They're interviewing the ex-wife who has his kids, so I know that she's not in jail. So the only other person in the mix is Liz, and I was like, it is 100% Liz. I did second guess myself after the fire in the sense that I was like, oh, convenient. This is like, oh, my house burned down because of your crazy ex. I have to move in with you. But then they like broke it off or whatever. And that was the thing about this documentary. This is an incredibly interesting story, but I think Netflix botched it. I had so many questions after watching this, and I watched a 2020 and a Dateline about it, which are much better, like after I've finished this, because I just had so many questions. So I think Netflix just shitted this one out. It should have been done in like a serialized, like the 3 episodes, kind of like they did with American Nightmare, which I really enjoyed and really I went on the journey on that one. This one was just too short. They really should have stretched it out a little bit because there was more information that they had left out. But the thing that I took away, number one, was Carlos, like you said, uh, that fucking cop that was assigned to the Stalker case. You, you are on your fucking own. I mean, it's just terrifying to me that the cops didn't do shit. to protect anybody. It's like, okay, the guy is getting threatened by a girl. So if we take like the gender stereotypes and we say, oh, we're writing this one off as not that serious, so we're not looking at it most seriously. The woman goes on to fucking threaten his wife and children, and they're still like, well, I guess that's Cari or whatever. And I'm like, fuck that. You are on your own. Like, get that conceal and carry and get fucking ring cameras all around your fucking house, because you have to protect yourself, because these fucking cops are just, I mean, I don't know if they're lazy or they're disillusioned or they're underfunded, maybe a combination of all these things. You're on your own, man, because it took them 2 fucking years to look at her goddamn bank statements to find out the woman is legitimately dead, missing. They didn't find this out. It took them 2 years to look at the IP addresses of the messages that were sent to him. If you would have done your fucking job on the Stalker case, you would have realized what was going on 2 years sooner, and this insanity wouldn't have happened. That's my main takeaway.
That's true. And no, it's when that detective said, she's sending all these messages. She's everywhere, but no one has seen her. Dude, follow the money.
Yeah.
They should have checked her bank account right away. I'm like, where is she going? She's got to be eating. She's got to be staying somewhere. She doesn't work anymore because she quit, according to that's what the people think. So yeah, follow the money. Man, I need. Where do I sign up? Is there like an Sherlock Holmes application or a Batman application?
Well, my favorite part is Laura said they don't show you all the suspects, and Carla's like, I could be detective. I figured out in 10 fucking minutes. Like, I don't need that many suspects. Give me one.
But how many cases have you heard? Okay, but how many cases have you heard where there's only one suspect and the cops only go after that one, and that one is not the guy?
Yeah.
Tunnel vision.
O.J. Simpson.
Oh,
exactly.
Exactly. Thank you, Laura.
Right.
No.
What?
Exactly the first part, not your part. That was a delay in the internet, not
No, it wasn't.
agreeing
No,
with you.
wasn't.
No,
No, it
it was
wasn't.
me agreeing with Carlos, not with
So
you.
what you're
crazy
saying is
fucker.
OJ is innocent.
I would never say that in a million years.
We all heard that, right? Oh, she did say it. She did say it. Oh, but
Yeah.
like I said, it was just crazy. I mean, the length this lady went to was absolutely nuts.
But why? That's the crazy thing. Why?
That's
She
the
just
crazy
stopped
part. Why,
dating him
too?
the first time they stopped dating. But then after the house
Yeah.
fire, she disappeared. And she didn't want to tell him where she moved to because Cari might find her. But you are Cari, you schizo nut job.
Yeah,
So-
that
Oh,
is
just absolutely crazy.
that's why I said that documentary left me with so many questions versus answers, and watching the other things and reading some stuff online, it becomes a lot clearer what happened, like before that house fire where she set her own house on fire. He broke up with her, and then she sets the house on fire and they get back together, and I don't know why they broke up again, but then again she picks it up. The whole story is just fucking nonsense.
Oh, it's
Here's
all,
the clue.
It's yeah.
Here's the clue number one that it was fucking Liz. You have this ugly, like, loser woman with a boa constrictor as a pet, making like middle fingers in videos. And then you have this pretty woman with a nice house who has a stable job. And I'm like, you're telling me that this woman is the fucking stalker that went off the rails?
Right.
No,
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm saying.
immediately
He
was
should have
not
figured
buying
it
it.
out.
Yeah.
She's not sending these messages. You guys, the cops need to figure it out. That's not her. Somebody has
You
her
guys-
phone. That's not her.
You guys are good. I thought it was Cari until the last 5 minutes.
You're
No,
a
I was-
dumbass. You could never be a detective.
I just
You're
think
so
you haven't watched enough
stupid.
true. I think you just haven't.
I just
watched
walk
enough
into a
true
crime scene, point at a random person. That person did it. What? I just got here. I don't care.
That's
You're
how most
guilty.
cops operate. So
That's right.
You're good. You're in good
And then-
company.
Well, that's true.
Then I
Because
just called
most of them
Netflix
come
right
back
away.
to the scene of the crime, right? So Lafayette, oh, that's my motherfucker right there.
Yep.
That's it.
Look at him with his phone out, taking a selfie.
Yeah. That's it. Is that gonna be on Netflix? Let me get in on that. Like, but check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called Lover, Killer, Stalker. And yeah, it was good. It was good. I mean, like I said, it was just, even if you figure it out, it's still, and the whole thing is wild. I mean,
It
that's a
is.
crazy bitch.
Like
Like
when
I
his
said,
gun was
that-
stolen, he called the cops, right? Why
Mhm.
didn't they come
He
check
did.
that shit out right away? I'm like, what do you mean your gun is stolen?
Yeah,
Oh,
we should
shit.
The cops-
fingerprints or some shit. No, they're
Yeah.
fucking
No. The
again
cops,
either
like, did
underfunded or
nothing.
lazy.
And not only that, when Liz got
I-
shot,
yeah.
why not take
Oh,
the
yeah.
bullet to forensics? Hey, isn't this the same gun that just got stolen?
Oh, they knew it was her immediately after that. They're like, I know
Oh,
it.
that's right.
Wait,
Because
who
it was a
shot
good. It was a.
Liz? Carrie?
She shot herself.
She shot
No, I know.
herself.
Ah, I got
Oh.
you, Carrie. No, Amy. No, she's trying to blame Amy for that one. Yeah, the
That's right.
ex-wife.
Trying to blame
She's
the
trying to
wife,
blame
the
the ex-wife.
ex-wife. I would have blamed OJ,
Yeah.
but it happens. Well, there you go. Check it out. I
Yeah,
mean,
LJ
like I said,
doesn't like
it's-
white
it's-
women. He kills them.
He does kill white women.
Where are all the white women at?
Mm.
They're
That's the line
everywhere.
from Blazing
Um,
Saddles.
Yeah. Okay. Check that out too. That's actually on. I think it's on Netflix, now or
It's
HBO.
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix now. It's
It
back
was
on
on
Netflix,
HBO.
yeah.
Now it's on Netflix.
Before we go, watch Masters of the Air on Apple TV if you have it. It is really good, like ridiculously good. Check that out. And because of that, I ended up binge watching Band of Brothers and The Pacific.
You watched 3 seasons of television this week. I just want to put that out there. You've watched True Detective season 1,
I did.
all of Band of Brothers,
I did.
all of the Pacific.
I did. You are correct. You are correct.
You are living my life. Welcome to the fold.
It was all late night viewing.
Yep,
You know,
100%.
And before the Super Bowl, I got up at like 9 and said, okay, the game's at 3. I got 6 hours to watch this. And I just crammed in the Pacific like as much as like for like 6 episodes because it's only 10 episodes. And
Okay, which one did you like better, Band of Brothers or Pacific?
The Pacific is better than Band of Brothers. Yeah. And the reason is the Band of Brothers is good, but it feels like it was repetitive every episode. Okay, let's go to this German town and do this. Even though there's drama involved, the Pacific has more backstory of guys. You're more tied into guys, and it feels like there's more weight on those guys because it's the second part of the war that they had to, the Germans already gave up. The Japanese wouldn't, and they were going through some hell. I mean, it's way more realism in Pacific, way more like crazy.
No.
Shit.
I think what you're experiencing, I disagree. I think Band of Brothers is better.
You can't
But I
disagree.
I respect your opinion. But I will say, I'm not gonna like go toe to toe with you like I did on True Detective because I mean it is a matter of preference. But what you are picking up on, that difference between the Pacific and Band of Brothers, is the difference in the enemy. It's not that the Germans gave up, because they didn't give up until the very fucking end. Obviously, that's how it works, and the Japanese would never give up. It is the Pacific is a completely different theater of war in World War II, in the sense that you weren't liberating fucking anybody.
I
Like,
know anything exactly.
it was a drudge against a completely foreign enemy that you had nothing in common with. Like it was just a much more brutal theater of war comparatively to Europe. I mean, obviously the Holocaust is fucking outrageous and indescribable and mind-blowing in its brutality, but the everyday drudge of the Pacific is so much different. So I'll respect your difference of opinion. I am a huge fan of Band of Brother because Europe has always been like my most interesting point of World War II, and it's because of the Holocaust. I mean, ever since I was a kid, it just has blown my mind. But I liked Band of Brothers better because it followed this one unit and all of these different characters. And the Pacific just felt a lot more scattered, because there's different people with different campaigns.
It followed 2 different
Yes.
units. Really, but it ended up just going to one unit at the last like 4 or 5 episodes. The Band of Brothers should have been called Easy Company. That's what it should have been called. And I hated David Schwimmer so much I wanted him to die.
That's the
right
whole
away.
point. You're supposed to.
No, I know. I want him to die right away. And then when I saw Jimmy Fallon in it, I was like, oh, Jimmy Fallon, you got 5 seconds in the show. Like, he literally comes and drops off ammo and just gives them a quick report of,
And he's fucking bad in the role. I don't know why they cast him.
It was weird, right?
I have a whole opinion about that.
I was like, why is Jimmy Fallon in here? And then he had
it's
guests.
fucking weird.
Like he showed up in his Jeep and he's like, and tonight, and it's like, what? What's going? Why is he hosting the Tonight Show? And then, but if you love Saving Private Ryan, you're gonna love Band of Brothers. But here's the thing: Saving Private Ryan in 3 hours is better than Band of Brothers in 10 hours. It's just way, way better. Way
It's just
better.
different. It's just different. It's just different.
Eh,
Okay, but here's the more pressing question.
Yeah.
Which World War II soldier did you fall in love with in your 20 plus hours of watching World War II documentaries?
Oh, it was the Pacific, the redhead, that really wanted to join and he couldn't until he was finding out his clearance from his dad or whatever. Because he showed up like, holy shit, not what I expected. This is not what I want. I want to go home. And it took him
That's the kid from Jurassic Park, right? That's
from
him.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it took him one time of going, like one battle to go, fuck it. Let's just kill as many as we can because I'm probably not going home ever.
Yep.
Rami Malek was really good in it. Like really damn good. I didn't expect he was in there. Band of Brothers, though, has a ton of stars. Like that,
So
like
many.
they were not famous at all then. And
Tom
Hardy was the
Hardy,
biggest surprise.
Michael Fassbender.
Michael Fassbender was also very much a
Simon
surprise.
Pegg is in the background.
Yes,
He
Simon
says a few
Pegg is
lines in the
in a
first
couple of
couple episodes.
Yep. Warner was the star of Band of Brothers. He's the lead, like captain, whatever. But he's fantastic. I don't know. I like the Pacific more though, because I felt like there was so much more on the line for those guys. And the guy that gets the Purple Heart, then he goes and does a little USO Bond tour, and he decides, I want to go back. And it's like his first time back. Bad choice. Should have stayed married and not at home. But both really good though. Both, you can tell the difference though. Band of Brothers is from the year 2000, and Pacific's from 2010, and just the quality is much, much different. But check them out.
Quality.
Check out Masters of Air though. Just
Masters
the
of Air,
quality
yeah,
of film. I
watch
mean,
it.
I'm talking about I'm talking about cinematography and so forth. That's what I'm talking about, quality wise.
I don't know.
So
I think
check
it's
them out
fucking
though.
amazing.
No, they're both good. I just like Pacific better. Yeah.
And
But
where
check
can
it
you
out.
get Band
It's
of
on,
Brothers? Where can you get
Netflix.
Pacific?
HBO
Netflix?
Max,
Netflix?
but Netflix has got both of them now. Good for them.
They're
Good.
on Netflix. They're not on HBO right now. They moved them to Netflix. Yep. So check that out. I think that's all we got. Anything else? Anybody got anything else for me? No?
I need to rewatch The Pacific. It's been forever.
Okay, check that out. Carlos, anything else? You good?
Did you watch Book of Clarence?
Oh yes, the Book of Clarence. I did see that. Man, I watched a lot of shit. The Book of Clarence is a good movie. Check that out. It's actually streaming right now, video on demand. It's actually the story of Jesus and his apostles with a twist. Carlos, give us your breakdown on the Book of Clarence.
Well, you kind of have to get through book one to enjoy the film. It doesn't get as good reviews as it should. It's a really good film. What I didn't like, and the only real thing I didn't like was Clarence didn't have an accent. Everyone else in the entire movie, even his twin brother, had an accent, but Clarence didn't. He was such an outsider, against everything that he didn't have an accent. But basically, Clarence is he's a weed dealer in the streets of Jerusalem. So he owes someone money, and in order to try to get out of getting killed by this person, he tries to join and become the 13th apostle. And so, because he thinks if he becomes the 13th apostle, that this guy won't kill him because he's a part of Jesus's crew. He goes to visit Mary and Joseph and tries to ask them, how does Jesus do his tricks? Because he wants to do them too, so he could become a Messiah. He actually gets a following. So he becomes a self-proclaimed Messiah to try to get money to better himself, pay off this guy, and get his mom a house and whatever. It's a really good story. I mean, if you pay attention, you will like the movie, unless you're a racist Catholic, then you won't like the movie because everybody's black. And then Benedict Cumberbatch is in it. And
one of the best parts.
The funniest part is everybody mistakes him. His name is Benjamin. Everyone mistakes him for Jesus because he is a homeless beggar. He's a homeless beggar on the street.
But he's white.
Well, he's not at the time. He's so dirty. He's like black. He's like black. And then Jesus comes up to him. Jesus is a black man. And he asks Jesus for a couple of coins just for food and shelter so he can get warm. So Jesus grabs him by the hand, puts a coin in his hand, and then when he lets go, coins keep popping out of his palm. like a Benjamin's palm. They wouldn't stop. So he goes to this, I don't know where he went, this bathhouse, I guess, and he said, I want to be cleaned. So he lays down and they clean the shit out of him. Now he's white. Now he has long hair because before it
Oh,
was
he
all
looks great.
yeah, it was all matted up and everything, and long flowy beard. And he has this white robe on with this red sash going over his shoulder. And the lady goes, "Oh my God, you look like Jesus." And the other lady goes, "You don't even know what Jesus looks like." And the other lady, then goes, "Yeah, but you look so white and so pure."
Yeah.
And so he goes out into the street and he starts giving his money away because it won't stop coming out of his palm. So he keeps giving money away to people who want it. And the Romans are trying to collect the false messiahs. And so they collect him because they saw him just giving money away. So they just right away assumed he was a false messiah. And he's crucified. And as he's up on the cross, somebody's painting a picture of him as if he's Jesus. And even he makes a comment about it.
And
Like, I
that's
hate
how we got white
That's
And
how we
that's
got
how we
white
get white
Jesus.
Jesus. Yep.
And so,
That's-
and he
I
makes
like
even
it.
makes a comment about it, how he hates everybody, hate all these
Yep.
people, even that prick painting my picture.
Painting
That's
my
what he
picture.
says.
But he
This
also
sounds
says,
funny.
but he also makes a comment almost like, and this is why these people suck, because this is all they want. They, you know, what I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so he made a comment almost like he was Jesus. I'm like, oh, okay, but it's funny because he was mistaken for Jesus, and that painting is what people are gonna remember. It's just the painting of the white guy that hanging up, not the other black guys that are hanging on the cross. And
To me, the
it is
surprising character was Pontius Pilate,
Pontius
James
Pilate.
McAvoy. He did
Yeah,
so well, and he was good
James
in that.
McAvoy. But you're right
Where
about
can
one thing.
I watch this?
You can
Streaming.
watch it. You're right about Clarence. Clarence is the only guy that basically
Now
is a
watch it.
modern black guy.
Yeah,
He's,
yeah,
he,
yeah.
he talks like that and everything, like just a modern black guy. Everyone else has an accent, and
It
the
makes
reason.
me think of Chris Rock and Dogma. You guys remember?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
No, well the thing is when Carlos said when the lady cleaned him up, so you look like Jesus, and you don't know what he looks like because Jesus in the show in the movie, I mean, he wears a red cloak all the time. Nobody actually knows what he looks like,
Yeah, he
so
wears a
nobody sees
hood.
his face
Red
or
hood.
anything. And the best part about it is uh Clarence all of a sudden can walk on water. That's how they prove he's the Messiah. And he's like, "What the hell's happening? Like, I have no powers. Like, obviously, he can walk on water."
Yeah, some sort of
And it's like
miracle
Jesus is
happened
in
when
on
they're
it the
about to
whole
drown.
time. Yeah, Jesus literally just like even comes to the cave, the 3 days later, and Jesus
Yeah,
is
and
like,
release it. Right,
"It's
right.
all part of the plan."
Yeah.
He almost tells him like, "This is all part of the plan. You're the one playing the part. I'm still here. I haven't gone anywhere, but I am the real Jesus." And you're like, this could be the real story. Like, legitimately. We mistake the
Yeah.
white guy for Jesus. The real Jesus was literally just like, because he's waiting to be caught.
Yeah, because he even tells his
him what,
apostles in 3 days they're going to come get me.
yep.
But
Yep.
everybody else is already crucified. And he
Yep.
still 3 days later comes to get Clarence out of the cave.
Yeah, because Clarence ended up taking his spot. So he's like, well, Clarence, they think you're Jesus. So
Yeah, he
get
even
up.
does the whole little thing up on the cross where he says, "Forgive them,
Yep.
Father, they don't know what they do."
Yep.
That's what Clarence says. I'm
Clarence
like,
says
oh,
and everything.
that's Jesus' line.
It was all like mistaken identity.
It's Jesus's line.
It's just
I like
it's
it.
just it was really good. Like Carlos said, once you get past book one of basically like him being a hustler, selling weed, and trying to pay off a debt, like that's what he's doing. That's literally all he's trying to do is pay off a debt. Then it all falls into place. You're like, oh, this is hilarious. And it's not even a comedy, but just the way it comes off, you're like, wow.
Oh, it's a comedy. I can tell by what you're saying already.
Oh,
It's a
but you
comedy.
won't find like a lot of funny parts. We'll find it funny for the satire of it and go, oh, okay, this is
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's a thinking comedy.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. Especially at the end where you're like, oh, wow, that all makes sense. But the Benjamin Cumberbatch part was hilarious because I saw his name in the credits. I was like, who is he? Because you don't know who he is.
Oh, you
the
didn't
whole movie.
recognize him?
No, not as the homeless guy, I mean.
I
Oh,
did.
Dirty, I mean? Oh, you did. I
Yeah,
didn't. No,
yeah.
not as the homeless guy. When they cleaned him
I
up, I
should
was
be a
like,
detective. Told you, even in
you
Jerusalem, I
should be a
could have been a
detective.
detective.
Holy shit. So I give the movie out of 5. I mean, I give a good 4.5. I mean, it's
I
a
give
good
it a
movie.
good 4 too. I don't think it got enough credit through when it came out, but no, it's good.
It's good. Yeah, it's a
I'm
good
gonna watch
movie.
it.
Check out the Book of Clarence. Yeah, so there we go. We packed a lot in for you people. A lot. Hope you enjoy. Outside of that, anything else before we go? Anything else? Or it's like, nah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin may be coming back to fight fight CM Punk.
You are right.
Looking-
Stone Cold Steve Austin, the wrestler, is training to possibly have one more match against CM Punk. So we'll see if that happens. CM Punk has a torn tricep muscle. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, there's that. So check that out. That's all we got for you as I run through all my notes, and we covered it all. I mean, I have a whole slew of them. So good job, everyone. Great job. Wow, you guys are good. You guys are nerds. You guys are clearly nerds. All right, that's all we got for Laura.
Goodbye.
For Carlos.
Bye-bye.
And I'm Lafayette. We'll catch you next time on Nerds Talking, the podcast.